For determining damages, there's a concept that's called the project influence rule. And the project influence rule basically says this: any damages that you as a property owner have in a particular case, and this would be in a partial taking situation where you're still going to have some land left, those damages cannot be influenced by the project itself. I'll give a couple examples to explain it, and that will probably help you see the picture more clearly. The most obvious one, and I get asked this question all the time, is if somebody has, let's say they have a farmland a little ways out of town, and there's a new road is creating an intersection with an existing road that fronts your property. Right now you're using it as farmland, but when this road is in, the land that's around there is going to be a lot more valuable because of this new intersection. And so a lot of owners in that situation have asked me, when they take my land, they're taking land that would have been really valuable to me because of this intersection being there, but now I'm not going to have it anymore. I'm not going to be able to develop anymore because I won't have it. My answer to you is this: your land that you're talking about, which is being taken from you, is only going to become more valuable because of the project. If the project wasn't there, it would continue on in the same way that it was before and would have the same value. And that's how the project influence rule is applied, so that you as a claimant cannot increase or gain a higher level of damages based upon the value of land that is being created by the project. Now that's a simple example, but it's used just to illustrate that point. On the other side, you also are not penalized because of the project as well. And a term that comes into play here that kind of ties in with this the concept of project influence rule is what we call condemnation blight. If you have a situation, and this is maybe a redevelopment situation, where the condemning authority plans to acquire property for a new redevelopment, but they have a large area that they have to try and acquire, and they're not going to condemn everybody. They're going to try and see if they can acquire that property amicably over a period of time. And as time goes by, the condemning authority does acquire properties. And you, as the a property owner that they haven't acquired yet, either because they've chosen for whatever reason not to approach you about acquiring it, or they have approached you and you believe what they are offering you is too ridiculously low and you refuse to sell to them, over time your neighborhood becomes deteriorated because all these properties that are being acquired around you are neglected or vacant lots. In any event, they are what we call creating a condemnation blight. In other words, the neighborhood is becoming blighted, it's becoming more depressed, and that depression or that blight is being created by the project. The project is this redevelopment that they want to do. So in that situation, when the condemning authority finally comes along and acquires your property through eminent domain because you do not agree on a price, if they try to base the just compensation based upon the conditions that now exist around the property, that the courts will not allow. And the reason is because it's the project influence rule causing condemnation blight, and you as the property owner are entitled to the value of your property that it would achieve in the marketplace, assuming that all of this activity by the condemning authority had never occurred.